Ever wondered how the great Mali Empire came to be? It all started with the early settlements in Mali, nestled in the fertile plains of West Africa. These communities, bound together by common languages and traditions, formed the building blocks of what would become the Ghana Empire. This was a vibrant civilization, known for its wealth and sophisticated political structures. The Ghana Empire laid the groundwork for the future Mali Empire, setting up the cultural, economic, and political foundations that would later be built upon. Their influence stretched across trade routes, connecting them to North Africa and beyond. This period of growth and prosperity set the stage for the rise of the Mali Empire. As the Ghana Empire waned, a new power was quietly taking shape, ready to make its mark on history. The Mali Empire would soon rise, ushering in a golden age of prosperity and enlightenment. Enter the Mali Empire, a beacon of wealth and knowledge in the heart of Africa. This shining empire rose to prominence under the leadership of Sundiata Keita in the 13th century. Keita, a visionary leader, laid the foundations of an empire that would expand and prosper under his successors, most notably Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa, perhaps the most famous ruler of the Mali Empire, was renowned for his wealth and his commitment to Islamic scholarship. During his reign, the empire expanded its territory, influencing a large part of West Africa. The cities of Timbuktu and Gao became thriving centers of trade and learning, attracting scholars and traders from far and wide. The Mali Empire was not just a political entity, but a hub of trade, scholarship, and Islamic culture. Its influence was felt across Africa and beyond, shaping the history of the continent. The Mali Empire was not to last forever, however, as another power was on the horizon. From the ashes of the Mali Empire rose the Songhai Empire. This new power emerged in the 15th century, following the decline of the Mali Empire. The Songhai people, previously vassals of the Mali Empire, seized the opportunity and expanded their territory, ultimately eclipsing their former masters in size and influence. The Songhai Empire was notable not only for its military conquests, but also for its intellectual and commercial achievements, most notably in the city of Timbuktu. Under Songhai rule, Timbuktu blossomed into a bustling hub of trade and culture. It became a magnet for scholars from across the Islamic world, its libraries brimming with precious manuscripts. Its markets glittered with gold, a symbol of the empire's wealth and power. Timbuktu was a city where intellect and commerce thrived side by side, a testament to the Songhai Empire's grandeur. Despite its might, the Songhai Empire too would fall, leaving Mali at the crossroads of history. The winds of change blew over Mali, bringing with them the sails of European colonizers. Nestled in the heart of West Africa, the land of ancient empires and thriving trade routes caught the eye of French explorers in the late 19th century. France, hungry for expansion, set its sights on the region, marking the beginning of the Colonial Era in Mali. Mali, rich in natural resources, became a key part of the French West Africa Federation. The French imposed a new administrative system, replacing the existing traditional structures, and French became the official language. Mali's resources, particularly its gold, were exploited to fuel France's economy. The local population was subjected to forced labor and heavy taxation, their culture and traditions often sidelined in the face of French domination. The colonial period was a harsh chapter in Mali's history, marked by economic exploitation and cultural erosion. But the spirit of the Malian people was indomitable, and soon the winds of change would blow again. With the dawn of the 20th century came the cry for freedom. Mali, like many African nations, was yearning to shake off the shackles of colonial rule. The spirit of resistance was kindled, and it found a champion in Samori Touré. Touré, a formidable leader and strategist, led a relentless campaign against French rule, challenging the might of the colonial power with determination and courage. His resistance was not just about political sovereignty, but also about preserving the cultural identity and dignity of his people. He was a beacon of hope and a symbol of defiance for those who yearned for independence. His campaigns, though ultimately unsuccessful, ignited a flame that would later engulf the entire nation. The fight was tough, the sacrifices many, but the will of the Malian people remained unbroken. The seeds of independence had been sown and they would soon bear fruit. In 1960, Mali finally broke the shackles of colonial rule. The winds of freedom began to blow across the land. marking the dawn of a new era. But with the euphoria of newfound liberty came the immense challenges of nation-building. The task was daunting, but the people were determined to forge their destiny. The first president, Modibo Keïta, took the helm of the newly independent nation. He introduced socialist policies, sought to nationalize key industries, and emphasized the promotion of African unity. This period was marked by a strong emphasis on education and cultural expression, but economic challenges soon began to emerge. Keïta's regime was overthrown in 1968 by a military coup led by Moussa Traoré, who ruled Mali with an iron fist for the next 2 decades. His regime was characterized by a shift towards autocracy, with a clampdown on political freedoms and severe human rights abuses. As we turn to the pages of recent history, we find Mali in the throes of conflict and change. The end of the 20th century saw Mali transitioning into a democracy. This process was far from smooth, with the introduction of multi-party politics sparking heated debates and power struggles. Amidst this political turbulence, the Tuareg, an ethnic group from the northern regions of Mali, began demanding greater autonomy and representation, leading to a series of rebellions that further strained the nation's stability. In the midst of this turmoil, a new threat emerged on the horizon. Islamist militant groups, including Ansar-Dine and Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, began to gain a foothold in the region. These groups exploited the chaos, establishing strongholds and imposing their strict interpretation of Islamic law. This rise of extremism posed a significant challenge to Mali's security and stability, leading to a period of violence and fear. In response to these escalating tensions, France, the former colonial power, intervened in 2012 with Operation Serval. This military action aimed to restore government control and combat the rising tide of terrorism. While the intervention had some success in pushing back the militant groups, it did not resolve the underlying issues that gave rise to the conflict. Today, Mali continues to grapple with a complex web of challenges. Political instability, ethnic tensions, and the ongoing threat of terrorism cast long shadows over the nation. Poverty and corruption remain endemic, and the effects of climate change add an additional layer of difficulty. Yet amidst these challenges, there are glimmers of hope. Efforts towards peace-building and reconciliation are underway, and sustainable development is being pursued. The resilience of the Malian people shines through as they navigate these turbulent times, striving to forge a future that respects their diverse heritage and fulfills their aspirations. The story of Mali is a testament to the resilience of its people and a reminder of the challenges we must overcome for a brighter future. So what can we learn from the history of Mali? From the rise of the Mali Empire under Sundiata Keïta to the presidencies of Modibo Keïta and Moussa Traoré, we've journeyed through centuries of cultural, political, and economic changes. We've seen the flourishing of intellectual and commercial centres, the impact of trans-Saharan trade routes, and the resilience of a people under colonial rule. We've witnessed the struggles and triumphs of resistance movements, the challenges of nation-building post-independence, and the ongoing quest for democratic governance. We've also delved into the complexities of modern Mali, including the Tuareg rebellions, the rise of Islamist militancy, and the contemporary challenges and opportunities the nation faces. Throughout it all, the resilience and spirit of the Malian people shine through. Understanding this history is crucial to appreciating the present and shaping the future. As we look to the future, let us remember the lessons of the past. The story of Mali continues, and so does our journey of discovery.